Houston Texans fans, week 8 is over. Good, some bad, some ugly. Texans beat the Colts, of course, 23-20. And the only way the
Again,
Texans know how to.
again.
Colts fans were crying on videos.
It was pretty much an AFC battle. We said that a lot of Colts fans were like, this was the fight that we needed to win the AFC South. And they lost. Their quarterback tapped out, of course, at some points. But um, all in all, big news, of course. Stefon Diggs goes out. Still don't
Wah, wah,
know
wah.
diagnosis. Um, Ian Rappaport did report that they're going to figure that out, but he was saying, interestingly enough, he goes, we know Nick Casario, and he is not afraid to be on his phone. And if Stefon Diggs is out, to keep an eye on the Houston Texans, and they may be seeing what receivers are available for a trade.
I don't think we need to do shit. Look at that stat sheet that you just pulled up, and I guarantee you there's about 6 receivers and 2 tight ends with a catch. Like CJ spread the ball good, bro. He really did.
Golden Schultz.
I think it would be a rash decision to go trade for somebody.
It was interesting. Let's see. Schultz 52 yards, Tank Dell 35 yards, Mixon 32, Michi 29, Hutchinson 19, Stover 19, Robert Woods 18. I mean,
I mean,
you'll
like
be getting Nico Collins in a few weeks.
that's my point. Is like probably one more game out and then he'll come back. Maybe you know what I mean. Like it'd be, and he's our best receiver, I guess. So it'd be a rash decision to go get a receiver. Like what are you gonna get?
There's not much. Deontay
Exactly.
Johnson. Um, I'm trying to
I
think.
mean, Xavier Hutchins to me is fucking good, bro. Like he went down and dug a ball out of the dirt that CJ threw down there, and I was like, I don't know anybody else on our team besides Nico that's gonna go down there and do that. And then Mechie did Mechie shit. Like they did what we told him. Is like, you know what? Just go across the field and run away from people. And he caught the most beautiful ball that CJ threw on the run, and I was like, fuck, that was the best ball you ever caught, bro. I just think the talent's there, so I ain't tripping about Diggs.
Yeah,
it
I was
was.
happy to see Mechie finally fucking get involved. He had 3 receptions yesterday.
I mean, we drafted the two guys for a reason to play
Yeah.
them, so it's kind of like you're gonna buy into your stock. There's other stuff you could trade for that you probably need to look at. I'm. I mean, does it suck? Yeah. Hopefully, it's not an ACL injury. Hopefully, it's just something else. But I mean, at the end of the day, you have depth at this position for sure. So I think Texans fans take a breather.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, all eyes, magnifying glass on the O line. Key player Kenyon Green, of course, got the boot, got replaced. Jared Patterson got hurt, and then Kenyon Green came back in the game.
Immediately.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
People, telling him he needs to get cut. They need to get rid of him.
I
Um,
felt like he did do better when he came back.
yeah,
I mean, Jarrett Patterson, it looked amazing because that was the Mechie. I mean, the fucking Mixon touchdown drive.
yeah,
But also, like, that's just one drive.
yeah.
You know
He's
what I'm
in
saying? Like, we
concussion
ran the
protocol,
ball a lot. I know.
so but
Yeah.
they said it's not bad. So he'll probably miss this game and then be back for the next.
Well, that's very fortunate for King and Green because I'm fairly certain if it would have stayed healthy, then King and Green would not see his starting position this coming week.
Not at all.
Not at all.
And I
Um,
would not be surprised if he still doesn't. Like, Kendrick Green or Nick Brockers might take that spot.
yeah, it's gonna be something that D'Amico. I mean, he did say everything's on the table for that O line. It's funny because week 1 through 7, Lermy Tunsil was literally public enemy number one, and he's been doing what he's been doing. I mean, and now it's like, oh, he's not the problem. Is King Green? It's like, yeah, there's always a guy on. They go after the weakest link on the O line, and it's
Mm-hmm.
him right now. I mean, it's gonna happen. Does CJ need more time? Yeah, of course he does. But also, there's some cleaning up he could
Again, like,
do.
yeah, there's other shit you could do to alleviate that. Like, first off, fucking do better on first down. Like, don't get mad when they blitz everybody on third down when you're 3rd and 8. Of course we know what the fuck you're about to do. You know what I mean? That's retarded. Just do better on first down and you'll solve some of those problems.
Um, I guess what was something y'all want? I guess cleaned up from this game because it was a close one. Um, Luckily, Richardson got tapped out and did Richardson stuff.
Is it possible that something can only be applicable mentality wise to one player instead of the team?
Yes.
Because I don't think that I think the entire team realizes that we're the hunted now. Like you put a target on your own fucking back, and I think everybody knows that except CJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's I don't want to say he's playing like nonchalant, but
No, he's not playing nonchalant, but you're not playing aggressive. Like you're
yeah,
not playing like you literally went on some bullshit podcast and said you're a top five quarterback. Well, play like it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because like you look at some of the rookies like Caleb Williams
Jane
and
Daniels.
Jaden Daniels, and they're like, man, I don't give a fuck. I know how to throw a football. I know how to play football. Like it's not cocky, it's not arrogant. It's like a confidence to it, and it just feels like CJ doesn't have that like he did last year. And I think it's because he put a target on his back, and he's getting punched in the mouth, and he's not punching back. That's how I feel about it.
Now that
It,
holds water. You're right.
yeah, it's interesting because it's like it's one of those things where everybody's blaming the O line for it, and of course D'Amico's not going to call out players be like, oh, it's this guy and all that stuff. But there's a lot that's on CJ also to where it's just like, all right, dog, like there is something legit yin and yang type of feel from last year to this year. Like you're not the same guy that we've been used to last year. You had more weapons this year, which it was like, oh, I'm about to see you take even a bigger step forward, and I haven't really seen it. I've been kind of just, like
Like numbers wise, it might not be too much of a difference. It's just something about the elite quarterbacks that brings fucking fear. Like for instance, right? Pat Mahomes last week. I forgot who they were playing. They were playing the Niners. This dude ain't got no fucking receivers. He ain't got his running back. He don't have shit. They're bracketing covering Kelsey. He don't know what to do. So you know what he did? He fucking ran their safety over at the goal line. He's like, bitch, this ball's getting in there. This scary. Like you don't let Lamar get loose. You don't let Josh Allen get loose. But like on the other hand to that, look at Joe Burrow. Nobody gives a fuck about Joe Burrow right now. Like you haven't like you're playing like a bitch, I'm gonna treat you like a bitch. And I don't want CJ to fall down in that bitch category.
Trevor Lawrence. It's
Yes.
like it's Justin
Herbert.
Herbert. There's players that like there's two sides of this spectrum, and you were leading to this side, and now you're comfortable. It feels like, and you're tipping and toeing that one. When people are starting to call you Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence, and I was like, nah, bro, I don't want that. Like,
Now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for this week because I think that he played well and the play calling was better. And not to discredit that other team, like we, as football fans, we discredit that team because we think their quarterback is bullshit. But that team is full of dogs. Like they could really play fucking football over there, opposed from that quarterback. So it was a tough game for CJ. Seriously, it was a tough game, and CJ held up. So I'll give him credit for that.
I mean, the beautiful thing is, it looks like we still got the right quarterback. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
no doubt. Yeah, there's not even an argument with that.
yeah. That's it. So that's the beautiful thing of it. I mean, looking at it, Mixon, of course, probably been the biggest bright spot. Another 100-yard gain, only player in NFL with three consecutive 100-yard games in a row or something like that. CJ moved to top 5 in yards for Texans. So I mean, it's looking nice. Still with all the injuries, we're looking
It's one
good.
of those things like watching the Texans play a full football game, bro, reminds me of watching a basketball game sometimes because when I don't give a fuck how sorry a basketball team is, when there's shots there, they're rolling. It shit's easy, right? When the Texans are doing what they're supposed to, can't nobody fuck with us. Like I'll put our best up against anybody's best confidently. But when we can't get shit right, it's like, damn, like what the fuck? Like who is in charge of this operation? Because we look stupid right now.
It's like 3 and out, three now. Three now. Three now. Three now. It's how it be. It's like I don't know. I mean, trying to think about it defensively, Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter, those two. D'Amico said, give it some time. They're gonna start adding numbers in really quickly. I think they had 16 pressure on the quarterbacks, 3.5 combined sacks. Like those two are just
When Daniil Hunter knows he don't have to stop the run and he could just go get the quarterbacks, fucking elite. He had two of them again. You know what I mean? That's what we're paying $16 million for. That shit is pretty. Off of that, I think Will Anderson's a beast. I think Will Anderson is like a year or two away from being the best defensive player in football, in my opinion.
he's tied for third in lead sacks. He's at 7.5.
Homeboy, yeah, but like there's so many dudes in this league that can just elite pass rush. Like but they can't do a fucking thing else. Like you play Dallas, you look for Micah and run the ball at him. You don't do that to Will. You really don't. Like I'm talking about, I believe Will Anderson's ceiling is somewhere a little bit higher than Myles Garrett. And I hold Myles Garrett in very high regard because that dude is fucking good.
He did train with him for a reason.
That's true.
I guess
the defense did what the defense was supposed to. I think, like they had the Josh Downs play that was a botch. I actually think Petrie ran into somebody, and that's why the fuck he got open. I think the botches that come on defense are coming from the fact that you have no true leader in the secondary. Stingley, as good as he is, he ain't a fucking leader.
Yeah, I think it was Kamari Lassiter and Jalen Petrie ran into each other or something. It was like
yes, so like you can't really get mad about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the other touchdown Josh Downs had, he just fucking caught a beautiful ball. Like I was more surprised that ball was thrown so perfectly opposed to him catching it. To be honest with you,
I was so glad they took it away.
Yeah, I mean, but they got it on the one. They ultimately scored off of it.
No, I know they scored right after, but I was playing against Josh Downs.
He was devastated. He was devastated. I mean, they did good though. I mean, did good against the run. Did good against. I mean, it seems like every time they score big on us, it's from a botched defensive play, like you said, secondary trips, so Stingley falls down, or somebody runs into each other, or a lucky.
I ain't even mad about a hundo from JT because that's what he does. Like he fucks us up, but then also you're playing like special teams linebackers and a dude who's been there 5 days. So like shit happens. You know what I mean?
I give the defensive credit. I've never seen that. You made a quarterback tap out to his coach and say, "I'm tired, bro. Get me out the game." Like you hit him so hard. He's like, "I need a breather, bro." That's all they were.
One play that I haven't heard anybody talk about, but then I watched it and I was like, "That is genius," and I love you for it. Is when they were on their final drive, they were moving the ball. Richardson took off down the right sideline with the fucking ball, and he was gone. I was like, this ain't good, right? Like, he's about to put them in field goal position. But then the safety stepped up. So Richardson looked over, and he was like, I'm about to go out of bounds. Stingley didn't let him. He blew that bitch's right arm up as hard as he could and kept him in bounds. And I was like, fucking genius. Like, that's why you were the number 3 pick right there. Whether he did it on purpose or not, I don't know. But subsequently or not, it fucking saved it kept him from getting in field goal range, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's noticing, like, looking back at the game, there's little things that the defensive side did. And it's like, oh, okay, like, Danico Autry was talking about it. He was like, it's just things that we're figuring out. And we got to realize, too, there's guys coming back from suspensions, injuries, new pieces coming in. Same thing with the O-line. If Kenyon Green's out, he's been taking first-team reps. Now somebody's going to take first-team reps. You're going to have some, like you always say, those chains are not always linking up together at the right time. But they're figuring it out. And it's taken a little while for Slowick, D'Amico, CJ, and them to figure this out. But we got to remember, it's year 2. We got a little spoiled last year. Year 2, though, it takes a little oiling up.
I almost dare say the defense, though, is running on full cylinders. I believe that.
Yeah.
I really do believe that. Like, if you asked me to pick a fucking MVP for the defense on Sunday, it was MJ Stewart. That dude started the game hot, and he finished the game hot. Like, I think he led us in tackles also. Like, it's just so random because you never know who's going to go off, but it's like you don't expect him to do that. But that's just a testament to the defense rolling. You know what I'm saying?
They attacked him so much, and he was like, "No, no." They kept even putting him up. They're like, "They're just attacking him," and he's like, "Hell nah, hell no." I was like, he was like, "Nah, you ain't getting me, bro." I was like,
But
it was
he
interesting.
embraced the challenge.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't shy away from it. It was the same thing like last week where Ross he kept getting smoked by Romeo Dobbs, but he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just guard you the best I can." I mean, you can't really knock somebody when Romeo Dobbs is catching balls in the air like that.
yeah.
That's why I feel like our defense is rolling. We might have the best defense in football, fellas. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, it's legit. I'm happy with it for sure.
I'm stressed still, but it's fine. We're gonna have we're about to hit the trifecta of games where it's just one after another. I think we got 3 games in 10 days after this Jets game.
I'm fine
Let's
with
go.
that. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna give him one more, maybe 2 more games to get his shit together because he just came back. But if Danico Autry comes back and don't do a fucking thing, we're gonna have to have a talk because we pay him like $12 million.
Yeah. D'Amico did talk about it. He said he was still figuring some stuff out. That he didn't say much on it. It was one of those. It sounded like one of those things where it's like, look, I talked to him, guys, and we're gonna get this shit situated. Because if not, when
Yeah, but
Mario,
it's technically like week 2 of live reps
yeah,
for him, so I get it. The game's moving fast.
yeah, but you took all
But
that
also,
extra
like
stuff.
I know Tim Settle and Mario Edwards and them boys was balling in that spot,
Yeah,
and allegedly to that statement you just made.
yeah. I mean, that's what the NFL say. Uh, all right. Well, Texans, good work. You're 6-2, bro. You're probably one of the most stressful 6-2 teams there is.
I feel so much better after winning that game about talking shit and saying we're gonna win our division easily now. If we'd have lost that game, I'd have felt differently about it. But now I feel pretty good. Like, yeah, we're about to fuck y'all up.
That's like our biggest rival in this league. I mean, they technically don't like us. We don't like them type of shit. You can get that feeling from a fan base, from a players base. Like there is no lost love in that whole thing right there. It's just like ugh.
I
And
mean, I feel even better about it that Detroit's putting up a 50 piece on the Titans. Like that made me
and
feel
yeah,
good.
I mean Jacksonville, they're crippling into games, getting whooped in out of the country and in the country, and then the Tennessee, they're I don't know what they're doing. They're 50 piece on you is that's diabolical. Uh, like what did somebody say? That's an anomaly that you don't see all the time.
That's the second time that Detroit fucked a team up like that. That's not an anomaly.
Well, yeah, I mean for like it's funny
they
to
that where the Detroit Lions are right now, I would say that they're a step ahead of Houston in the rebuilding process. They're no longer a rebuilding process; they are a true contender because
yeah
they got picks and shit a little bit before us. You know what I'm saying?
yeah
But that's ultimately the goal. That's
yeah.
team football what they're doing.
And we're gonna be playing them soon. We'll be meeting that juggernaut at some point.
Come on with that stupid shit. We ain't
Yeah.
Tennessee, bro. Like I'll talk shit when we get closer to it, but don't think you finna come in
Uh,
here and hang 50 on me.
the next game up will be the Jets. We'll do a video on that. Strictly Halloween, people. Halloween, Thursday night football. We have prime time games back to back to back to back. So get ready. You're going to hear a lot of football from the Texans. I will not be surprised if I do see some trades at some point from Nick. Nick is, you get a pick, you get a pick, you get a pick, you get a play, you get a play.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I
Like,
said,
bring me
but
a safety.
he gonna do something. There's too many games coming up where I feel it's gonna be quiet.
The fact that Jimmy Ward can't get healthy, now I'll revisit that Buda Baker conversation.
The fact that Jimmy Ward can't get healthy is like I don't know why we gave you a contract. Also, but
I said that when we gave it to him. Like, I don't fucking like him.
you were a fan of it. Not just kidding.
Tell me when.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, Texans fans, all love. Rest up. You got 3 days till the next game. Eat some candy, enjoy it. It's gonna probably rain, so you get to enjoy the game instead of passing candy out. You'll be fine. All in all, we're outie.
Deuces.
Peace.